So I wanted to make this live. I wanted to do it to talk about the Tory Lanez situation. I need to take something out to cook. I don't know what I want to eat today. What do I want today? Maybe some chicken breast. Maybe I want some chicken wings. Anyway, let's get to it, okay? Let me get set up. Fix me something to drink here. Okay. Let's go. So, apparently, what had happened was hello. What's going on? Welcome. I'm talking about the Tory Lanez situation because Tory Lanez just did a live. He was interviewed by CNN, I believe. And I just got to get into it just because I just got to. So I'm going to. So let's go, right? So I saw that Tory Lanez did a live interview with, I believe it was CNN, some news station, and I believe CNN is one of the news stations that will play in a jail or prison. And so that's why, what's up? Come on in. Hit that thumbs up button, okay? Get them likes up. So this is all alleged and in my opinion. This is what I've gathered from my research, my little Inspector Gadget research. Okay, thank you for subscribing, TikTok. Yeah, I love it. I wish I had a prize to give you. I would give you a prize or something. But, so let's get into it. So, I'm going to start from the beginning because I didn't really follow the case while it was going on, but afterwards, another YouTuber was reading the transcripts, and I was listening to the transcripts, and then I was like, hold up, something ain't right. Okay, something is not right. And then when the change, I believe it was something for change.org. It's not Tory Lanez Foundation or anything, but it's the foundation that's based in California, I believe. And they help a lot of people who need assistance with their legal issues, like if they need a lawyer, if they need help fighting their case. It's this organization that does that, right? So they just put up evidence saying that it's new evidence, right? And that it showed that possibly Megan Thee Stallion was not, again, this is all alleged. This is all alleged, and in my opinion, from my little Inspector Gadget research that I've done. Okay? So don't bite me. Okay? Don't hate me. Or you can if you want to. But what good is that going to do you? Okay? Let's just talk about it. Let's have the conversation, right? Before I say anything. So, on that change.org foundation website, they put the evidence there. There's videos of when they all got pulled over by the popo, and the popo told them to get out the car. On one of those videos, hold on, is somebody at the door? Okay, I'm not one. Okay. So on one of those videos, you can hear the officer saying that I think she stepped on glass when she got out the car. Y'all, I'm not making this up, okay? Follow me. Follow me. And if you don't believe me, look into the evidence yourself. It's right there. Okay? These are lawyers who put this information up for everyone to see, so you won't have no issues. But first, let's talk about this real briefly, right? Do you believe that there are people that can pay a judge or a jury to sway sway a jury to say what they want them to say about a certain person and get them locked up or get them some jail time or whatever? Do you believe that that can happen? First, I'm going to ask that question. Do you believe that? Okay? Answer that to yourself. I'm already convinced, but I'm just helping you decide here. Okay? We're just talking. We're just having a conversation, right? This is all alleged, and in my opinion, I don't know these people, but I will talk about the situation, right? So, on one of the videos, you can hear the officer saying, I believe she stepped on, saying, the officer said she stepped on glass. Apparently, where they stopped that truck at, and when Megan opened that door, a bottle fell out the car, y'all. A bottle fell out the truck. You can hear it. It fell and it shattered on the ground. When Megan jumped out the car, she stepped on the glass bottle. Y'all ain't hear me. It's in the video. So then the officers tell Megan to go to the side. So she got her hand up and she's trying to walk, but now she must realize she stepped on that bottle. So now she like tiptoeing over there. Think about it. If you were to get pow anywhere, even grazed, do you think you'll be able to walk confidently or walk even on your tiptoes over to the side of the walk to sit down? No, you'll be, I'm in pain. I'm in pain. I'm pretty sure getting cut by glass is not the same as having pow fragments in your foot. Now those two different items or two different things, right? Two different, very different, right? And I'm thinking about, how would you have the fragments only and not the actual pow, unit little piece? You know what I'm talking about. Start with a B. And then I remember her saying that she actually had the B word, the little B word that goes in the pow pow, in her foot, y'all. So when they showed the x-ray, it was little pieces of things that showed in her foot. Now, I'm going to be honest and say, I don't even believe that. Because, matter of fact, she had to get 2 doctors' opinion on it. When she got to the doctor, y'all could do your own research. When she got to the doctor, she told them she stepped on glass. They didn't even look at it seriously, because once they looked at her foot, they could tell it wasn't like a pow pow little unit, the little thing that go in the pow pow. It wasn't like that was in her foot, because you could tell it would be a difference in the texture. I'm thinking it would be a difference in how it was inserted in your foot. Y'all, that's all a scam. Scam likely. Okay? Scam likely. Allegedly. I'm not making this up. Y'all can look at the evidence itself. Like I said, it's on that change.org website. They have all the evidence there. The actual, what is it called? The body cam footage of the officer asking her when she got out the car. The officer asked her, but I believe it was the female officer, asked her if she stepped on glass. And she said she didn't know. Because she probably didn't know, because she probably was still messed up. You know, they had a lot going on in the car after, right before they got pulled over, right? So she probably didn't even understand what was going on, because you don't just get out of the car and step on glass. So think about it. She probably was confused about what had happened to her foot. But what I'm thinking now is, I wish they still had the car and evidence, because if she would have got pow and then she got back in the car, it would be traces of blood in the car, right? Because the officer, on the body cam of the officer, soon as she opened the door, the bottle fell out the car and it broke. You can hear it. What's up, Jamie? And she stepped right down on the bottle. And then that's when she was like, because she stepped on the bottle with her main foot when she opened that door and got out. So I'm assuming that's the right foot. So if my theory is correct, and the only time she injured her foot was when she stepped out that car, then it should not be any blood or traces of blood in the car, because her foot thing didn't happen until she got out the car. Now, I'm not sure if I said already, but Tory Lanez was asked by Roc Nation. And matter of fact, Megan Thee Stallion had just got signed to Roc Nation. Matter of fact, I don't even believe she was signed at this point. They wanted to take her on. They wanted to eject her out of her current contract that she was under, because at that time she was fighting to get out of one contract and get with Roc Nation. And if y'all don't know, Roc Nation is allegedly struggling financially. Y'all can do your own research. Do your own research on it. It's not hard to do. All you got to do is type in a couple of words and you will see that the co-owner of Roc Nation, her daughter, even spilled the beans on all those interviews that she did, saying that the mom had to borrow money in order to keep Rock Nation afloat, y'all. So this not made up. So Rock Nation apparently, allegedly, this is all alleged in my opinion, allegedly Rock Nation asked Tory Lanez to join their to sign under them, and he said no. He rejected them, and he said he could make his own money, or he could make great money doing the EFTs or whatever, however he was streaming his music and selling it. Excuse me. He declined, and he continued to sell his music like he was selling it, and it was making him a lot of money, and he didn't need to be signed to any industry. Next thing you know, Meg Thee Stallion invited him to the Kardashian house. I don't know which one it was. Was it Kylie or the other one? I think Kylie Jenner is the only one I name I remember. I don't know them two because I ain't come up in that era right there. So I don't know the two younger girls' name. But anyway, she asked him to come to the house. In my opinion, set up. It's set up. In my opinion, she was told that she had to do something with Tory, because Tory was messing with not only her, but her friend Kelsey. And I'm not sure which order it was, but from what I'm gathering, I'm thinking Tory was messing with Kelsey first. And then he started messing with Megan. And that's probably why Megan and Kelsey was in the car fighting. Because if it was the other way around, like, why would he... Megan probably was like, boy, pie, I ain't interested, until she got an offer that she had to do something against, that she probably didn't want to do, because who would want to do something like this willingly? If what I'm thinking is going on is really going on. Okay, I hope you're keeping up with me. I hope I'm not all over the place. Let me take a bite of my food. Hold up. Because I swear, this damn maple syrup be disappearing. What's that? Yeah, I think this maple syrup be evaporating. So Tory Lanez was asked, excuse me, to join Rock Nation, and he declined. And you think they said, oh, okay, go about your business making your money on your own and leave us over here struggling. Next thing you know, Meg calls him to the Kardashians' house. No one was at the pool party, y'all, but Kardashians, Meg, Kelsey, and Kelsey didn't even want to be there. She was ready to go. And then Tory came. Now, I believe Tory came with his bodyguard or his security. His security brought him there, because that's the information I gathered, that he was there. He was partying, probably flirting with everybody, because he's a cute little cute little guy, okay? And he's a guy. He's not married to any of those girls, so he's not, he doesn't have to be with any of them, because he's not in a relationship with none of them. That sounds good. So I'm thinking he was there, and Megan probably couldn't get him to do something she needed him to do, but he wasn't doing it. Mind you, they said everyone was drinking, But I remember when the situation was going on, they were trying to make it seem like it was a party, like a huge party, a big party, and it wasn't. Y'all, it wasn't a big party like that. I was thinking that it probably had a lot of celebrities. It was a huge pool party, but it wasn't. It was a small, very small party. It was like a cookout that the family was having, allegedly. It was only a couple people there. Some of the Kardashians, and I'm thinking that black guy was probably there. I forgot his name, but he's always in the middle of something, and I'm thinking he probably was there. But I don't know. I haven't found that out yet, because I'm pretty sure it's some evidence that'll show that he probably was in the building. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That black guy who's always in something. Okay, he was with Kanye when Kanye got out of rehab and went to go see Trump. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't think of his name, but he was there when Kim Porter passed away. He was at the house. Corey Gamble. I bet he was there. And Tory is a smart guy. He's a smart young man, okay? Because think about it. He was able to get out of that house. Matter of fact, Megan got an attitude, apparently. This is what I'm thinking. Probably because she couldn't get him to move like she wanted him to move. So she left, took his security, made his security take her and Kelsey home. Now, from my information that I gathered, Kelsey was ready to go. She didn't want to stay. Matter of fact, it was a hairstylist there or something. Y'all, follow me. Follow me. What's up, Braylon? I believe, allegedly, there was a hairstylist or someone that was there also. And that person didn't want to be there, so that person left. But Kelsey didn't want to be there, and she didn't leave. She was waiting on Megan. So something got to be going on for the hairstylist to leave and Kelsey to not even want to be there. Okay? Next thing you know, Megan calls Tory and asks him to come there. He goes there to the party. They're there. He's having fun. He's in the pool with, is it Kylie, y'all? I'm not sure. This is all alleged because I don't even know the people's name. What's up? What's up? Make sure y'all get those thumbs up, okay? We're talking about the Tory Lanez situation. So, for some reason, Meg storms out. And Kelsey's already ready to go. She been ready to go. So I'm not sure if Kelsey was probably upset because Tory was probably a flirt. And I understand a flirt because I'm a flirt, y'all. I will flirt. Okay? I will flirt. I'm just a flirt. I don't mean it, but I'm a flirt. And Tory is a very handsome little guy. Little, very tiny, okay? What's up, Dwight? What's going on? I'm talking about the Tory Lanez situation. So, for some reason, Meg storms out. I'm doing great. Yes, I hope you're doing awesome. How's the weather in Canada? So, Meg storms out. Kelsey leaves as well. Meg allegedly forces Tory's security to take her home or take them home, right? So they get in the car, y'all. They leave the house. They go around the corner. They fully left the house and left the property, y'all. It's cold. Oh, it's warm here, okay? It's supposed to be 80 degrees here in Texas. I'm loving the weather. It's supposed to be like close to 80 all week. Like, I love Texas. I love Texas weather. And it's December, y'all. It's about to be Christmas, and it's 80 degrees outside. Okay, it feels good. But anyway, Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy Merry Christmas to everyone on this live here. Yes. So, um, they leave the house. They leave the property, y'all. Megan's mad. She's upset. For some reason, she's brewing. And she wants Tory Lane. Now, the story was, and I know y'all have heard this. The story was that either Kelsey was messing with Tory first, and then Megan started messing with him. And girls don't like to share men. We don't like to do that. Okay, that's not a thing that we like to do unless you're into that. You have to be into that. But obviously, they were not into that. Okay, so that was the issue there. So when Tory went to the house, he probably was trying to act neutral because he knew he done messed with both girls. So he probably like, okay, I'm a flirt with Callie or whatever, Kylie, whatever the girl name is, y'all. I don't know her. I'm not sure. Kylie, maybe it's Kylie, Kylie. Is that it? One of them Kardashian girls. So Kelsey was probably already feeling like, they been messing around. Because word is, Megan was the one who called Tory to the house, to the Kardashians' house. Remind y'all, this is not an actual big party going on. It's a small barbecue. White people have barbecues. It's a small barbecue. Okay? It's not a lot of people there. It wasn't. It was small. When this whole situation happened, I thought it was a big party. I thought a whole bunch of celebrities was there, but that's not what happened. So Megan leaves, her and Kelsey. Megan makes Tory security take them home. They leave the property. They go around the corner. Megan's upset. So she tells the driver to go back to the Kardashians' house. Allegedly, and in my opinion. So the driver turns around, goes back to the house. Megan goes in the house. Next thing you know, Tory's coming out the house with Megan. Tory gets in the front passenger seat of the car. This is important. This is important, y'all. Tory gets in the front passenger seat. His security is driving the car. Megan is behind Tory on the right passenger seat. Kelsey is sitting on the left passenger side. It's important. So next thing you know, they're riding. They're upset. Allegedly, Kelsey and Megan start arguing. Then Tory says, "Oh yeah, me and Megan been messing around." Now the girls are hot. They've been drinking. They hot. Kelsey was already upset before she left the house. Okay, so I'm thinking because Kelsey is married now, so I'm not sure when she got married or what. Or if she was already married. Hell, you know how people do, okay? So I'm not sure how mad she was about this Tory Lanez guy, right? At this time. So they get out the car. Somehow the security stops the car. They jump out the car. Megan's upset. The security go to talk to her. Get her to come back in the car. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Your girl had to do some work, okay? They trying to make me work on this Saturday. But this Tory Lanez case is really gonna make me work, okay? So, back at it, okay? I'm not sure how long I've been gone. I know I haven't even ate my food. My food's cold. Let me warm my plate up real quick. But I'm gonna talk while I'm doing it, right? So, so they get to, so they go to, they get in the car. They get Tory Lanez, right? Or Meg gets Tory Lanez. She's upset. She's mad. She wants Tory not there at the house. I'm assuming they don't want him there having fun because that's not why she invited him there. Okay? It was a setup from the beginning, in my opinion, allegedly. Okay? So they get in the car. The security pulls the car over for some reason. Meg gets out the car. She's the only one. She gets out the car and she's upset. And so the security who's driving the vehicle, he go talks to Megan, because I believe nobody else got out the car at this point. They let Megan get out the car all by herself. She probably was in there showing out and acting a donkey, because she is part horse, right? Anyway, so they get in the car. She gets back on her side of the car. They drive off, right? Next thing you know, something happens in the car, and Meg and Kelsey gets into an argument, allegedly, because they didn't bring up an argument at all in the court case. Matter of fact, I believe Meg was asked if they got in an argument, and she said they did not. Let me remind y'all, Tory didn't take the stand. For what reason, I don't know. Because if there was any time you need to take the stand, it would be that time. I'm going to get into why he probably didn't take the stand later. It was a stupid move, because you're fighting for your life here, sir. Okay? But anyway, so they drive off. Megan and Kelsey are arguing. They're fighting, allegedly. Fighting. All out fighting, okay? The car stops. The truck stops. They both get out. They both jump out the car on their sides, come around, meet, and now they're fighting with a gun, with a pow-pow. I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that. With a pow-pow. They're fighting with a pow-pow. How serious do a situation gotta be when you fighting with a pow-pow? You know that gotta be serious. Because I'm not gonna pull a pow-pow out in an argument unless something was done. Something was said, something was had, something happened. Something very seriously happened. And they're not talking about it. And they try to act like ain't nothing happened. Like it was all good. Now, remind y'all, during the court case, Meg said ain't nothing happened. Kelsey pleaded the fifth on everything. She wouldn't tell nothing. Nothing. Everything she was saying was unbelievable because she wasn't saying anything. Why they gave her immunity is besides me. Immunity from what? Okay, let me get back to the story. Okay? So Tory jumps out the car on his side and comes out the car from the front passenger. He comes out the car, goes to the girls, and he's trying to grab the gun because they both hands up fighting with the gun. How we know this? Allegedly, the witness, there was a man who was looking out his window. I think he was on the second level floor, and he called his son, who was in the other room, allegedly. The son came in the room, and they're both standing at the window, looking out the window at these two girls fighting with a pow pow, trying to grab the pow pow, trying to get it. The pow pow goes off. The little man, which is what the guy said, the witness, the eyewitness who testified, y'all, he testified and said this during the court case, that the little man got out the car after the pow pow went off. He said it. The witness said it after the pow pow went off. He, I guess, breaks it up. Then the security comes from out the car. Somehow they end up getting back in the car. Right? So they get back in the car and they take off. Not too long after they take off, they got stopped by the popo. The popo pulled them over. The car stops almost like in the middle of the road, because I guess people called the police because the pow pow went off, and they see all these black people out the car with a pow pow. You know they calling the police, okay? I don't care what neighborhood you in, especially if you're in their neighborhood, okay? So the officers come. They got a helicopter. And they in the cars, in the patrol cars, and I believe it was a helicopter. I can't really remember. I'm going to let the helicopter part go. Y'all erase that from y'all memory that I said that. The officers tell them one by one to get out the car. Megan opens the door. The bottle drop. This is the only person matter of fact, this is the only person I remember seeing getting out of the car. Or did I see Kelsey get out of the car as well? I can't remember. But what I do remember is the footage of Megan getting out, opening the door. The bottle fell on the ground. It broke. It shattered. You could hear it. Megan puts her foot out the car, gets out the car, obviously steps on glass. Then she's limping over to the side of the street. So the police put her in handcuffs. She's sitting on the side of the street, and she's upset. She's in panic mode. She's in panic mode because she know what they just did. She's like, you can look at the footage and tell she's like, I can't go to jail. I can't. I'm a star. I'm Megan. I'm Megan Thee Stallion. I'm an artist. I can't be locked up. She's in panic mode. She's thinking how I'm going to get out of the situation. Everyone's going to see. Knowing what the truth is, she's thinking this is going to ruin my career, I bet. So anyway, time passed. She goes to the hospital. Oh no, while she's sitting on the side of the walk, the officer asked her, did she step on glass? And I believe she said she didn't know, because she probably wasn't aware of that. Plus, can you imagine you outside with a pow pow, you and your friend, y'all fighting, y'all in the spur of the moment, right? Right in the middle of it. Y'all get back in the car, y'all all mad, then the po-po pull you over. Can you imagine how many thoughts are going through your head at this time? So you get out of the car and step on a piece of glass. The glass is the last thing you worrying about. Which makes a lot of sense why she didn't say that he stole the glass. He pow-powed her until later on. Because if y'all remember, When she sat on the sidewalk, the officer asked her. She said she wasn't sure. She didn't know. The officer asked them if they had been in a fight, y'all. The officer asked her if she had been in a fight. Why would the officer ask them if they'd been in a fight? Probably because they look a little busted up. If they were so messed up to grab a pow, you think they wasn't back there scratching and gnawing each other in the back of that seat? In the back seat of that truck? So they get on. So the officer asks, were you fighting? Did you get in the fight? And she's like, no. Because she trying to make everything copacetic so she could get on through, right? Thinking she gonna get on through. Next thing you know, somehow I don't believe the security guard went to jail. I think it was just Tori and Kelsey. Anyway, Kelsey gets out. Megan goes to the hospital. And in the hospital, they treated it like she stepped on glass. They treated her wound like she stepped on glass. They didn't treat her for fragments of a pow or the little thing that goes in the pow. Start with the B. They didn't treat her for that. I believe she went back later on, and that's when they treated her for that. So anyway, Kelsey gets out. Tori's still in. Tori has no criminal record. He's still in, but he's a black man. So you already know they not letting him go. And the fact that he doesn't even have a criminal record, that probably really pissed them off, okay? So they probably really was like, oh, no, dude, you ain't going nowhere. We're going to find something on you, okay? Now, mind you, what I've learned from the Diddy case is that allegedly California officers are not the most trustworthy folks, are not upstanding. So I wouldn't be surprised if a call was made and they held him just because he didn't have a criminal record. He had his security there, y'all. Why would he need to have a pow? He wasn't even sitting in the back. If he had his pow, if that was his pow, why was it in the back? Ladies, what man would be riding in a car and he got his pow in the back seat and not on him? What, ladies? Tell me, okay? I've been around men who've had pows, legally or illegally, however it goes, and they keep that close to them at all times, baby. Okay? I don't know no man who wouldn't make sure that's with them at all times. I'm thinking if Tori had a pow, he would have took that in the house with him. So when he came out and jumped in the front seat, it would have been in the front seat with him. I don't know no man that have a pow and he let it be in the back seat. And he got security. Isn't the purpose of having security so you won't have to get locked up for a pow or some type of situation where it's going to cause you to get locked up? If he got security, what he need the weapon for? That don't even make sense. But I don't know. We just talking here. Okay? I remember like it was yesterday that Megan did a live. And it's like she had an imaginary audience that she was talking to. Now, I can't imagine what type of calls or threats she was getting or messages she probably was getting at the time with people trying to find out what happened, you know, because it was rumored that, and I wonder how the rumor got out like that. How did that word get out, y'all, that Megan got pow-powed by Tory Lanez? Where would that even come from? Who would even know the details if it's only 4 people in the car? The security ain't running around telling Tory Lanez business or any business of the people that's in the car, because that would break the code. You can't be trustworthy if you out here spreading rumors and information, whether it's true or not. Kelsey and Megan were the two who were actually fighting over the pow pow. So I'm thinking they're not going to be out here telling nobody that they actually, that they were, that there was a pow pow in the situation. They not spreading that. I know good and well Tory wouldn't say no mess like that, because matter of fact, I didn't even see him go live about anything. I didn't hear no information about him speaking on what happened in that car until after Megan Thee Stallion did that live and said that Tory did it. Matter of fact, when she did that live, I was thinking then, what is she talking about? Tory ain't said nothing. I ain't hear no word of Tory saying anything about anything negative towards her or Kelsey, or that he did something or could have did something or something even happened as big as the... I don't remember hearing him say nothing at all. Next thing you know, she does the live and she said, matter of fact, if y'all want to know, he did it. Tory did it. He did that to her. And when she said that, y'all, my heart dropped. And then she said, because of all the officer shootings and everything, she didn't want to tell the officers because she was afraid that they would take him out. Girl, when she said that, I'm thinking, but didn't he pow you? And you protecting him like that? Nah, you lying. I'm telling y'all, when she came out with that, I knew she was lying. She doesn't strike me as the... Now, don't get it twisted. I'm pretty sure there are big, tall women who be in situations of DV all the time. But Megan does not strike me, based off the type of music she makes, as the type of woman who is in a domestic DV situation and she can't save herself or help herself, y'all. That's never... I can't put her in that category. I'm sorry. She doesn't give me those vibes. And after all this happened and Tory got locked up, I remember seeing a video of one of her ex-boyfriends, and he said how violent she was and how he even had to call the popo. Y'all look this up. He said she was so violent that he called the popo on her, and she went to, I believe she went to jail. So if anybody got a record, it's her. Allegedly. Y'all look that up. So she's the violent one, which there's a lot of women out here who do that. They can't get their way in a relationship. First thing they want to do is try to hit a man. And I've always taught my daughters, do not hit a man. And I've always taught my son, do not put your hands on a woman. Y'all keep your hands to yourself. Because when someone's upset, you never know what they'll do. So with all that being said, I'm thinking what happened was a setup. Because somehow from time Megan was sitting on that corner, that sidewalk, and she went to the hospital, she made a phone call and called someone. I can't remember who she called. I don't even know if I know who she called. But I know she was in the middle of fighting a battle with her old music label, trying to get out of that situation and get to Rock Nation. And after that situation happened, she was able to fully switch over to Rock Nation. And she got out of that contract. And I believe when she got out of that contract, I believe Rock Nation had to put some money up in order to get her out of that contract, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just speaking from my little Inspector Gadget. I don't know. But they needed an artist bad. And I don't remember Megan being a hit since this Tory Lanez situation happened. So I don't think that was a good deal. So yeah, that's it. Then apparently, Megan trying to change her whole character. Now she playing a good girlfriend, the role of a good girlfriend who has an NBA player boyfriend. She's cooking Thanksgiving dinner for him and his family. You know, I always told my children to watch out for those people who come from broken homes. For real. You never know what type of survival skills they've had to learn. And I'm not even talking about people who come from single parent homes, because you could be in a 2-parent household and the situation be messed up. I came from out of a 2-parent household and the situation wasn't good. Even though my stepdad was my stepdad, not my dad, but he had been in my life since I was 3. 2 or 3. Maybe 3. Let's just say 3. But that doesn't mean anything, because you can still go through a lot of stuff. But I believe Megan didn't have her dad. Her mom passed away. I think her mom was a party girl or something. Not sure why she passed away. This is all alleged in my opinion. But that boyfriend of hers did a video, y'all, and he told about how violent she was. And she was at his house when she was that violent. And he had to call the popo on her because of how violent she was. And nobody was really talking about that situation. And I thought that was very important because I remember seeing chicks. I remember being friends with chicks who, when they got into an argument with their boyfriend, they would just jump on them and punch them and beat them and stuff. And I'm like, girl, that's my last time being your friend because you got some underlying issues there. So I know the type of women who are like that. And Megan is a big girl. Or was the big girl, because she done withered down to half of the size she was. But it's going to come out. Now, I know she got a big win with this Milagro case or whatever you call it. And I think that was petty of her to file that lawsuit on that girl. But, y'all, everything ain't what it seems. And she probably got some bills to pay. Okay? She probably got some bills to pay. A lot of these celebrities, you be thinking because you see them at Disneyland and that CVS pharmacy that they got banked. And really they out here trying to get some attention so they can get some bank or get some deals. And I'm talking about Rihanna. Because word is, allegedly, I don't know. Word is her biggest investor done backed out of the deal. Or is scheduled to back out of the deal. And I'm wondering if her products are doing as good as they used to be doing. That money might be lightening up. Because you think about it, you wasn't really seeing Rihanna like that. Now you seeing her at CVS Pharmacy. Seeing her at the mall or Target or something. Seeing her at Disney World. That's probably free stuff. That's probably sponsorships with the whole Disney thing, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just guessing. The whole CVS run, that's for attention. Why it looked like paparazzi was out there at CVS? How they know to go to CVS and see Rihanna? Unless she called them ahead of time and told them to come. Celebrities do that for attention because people will see her and then say, oh, I remember she got a brand. Let me go purchase some of her stuff. I love her. Yeah. It reminds people, right? Come on, y'all. Y'all got to be smart. One thing about it, I'm not supporting no brands that's expensive, hella expensive. I'm not paying no $100,000s of dollars for no pocketbook, even if I could afford it. And I'm glad I know what I know now, because I used to think that stuff was worth it until the whole China situation happened and they told us that they were the big retailer for your favorite brands. They said they make your bags for $5, $10. And then they send it to the company. They put their name on it. And now they're charging thousands of dollars, y'all. You know, I used to buy pocketbooks when I was younger. Right out of high school, I always loved pocketbooks. And I would buy pocketbooks like ain't nobody business. But I was never attracted to like brand names, like just nice stuff. If the quality looks good, if it looks nice, I don't care if it got a name on it or not. I just like it. I'm going to want it, right? So I remember in my early 20s, I was in cosmetology school. And this guy used to come to the school and he used to sell bags out of his trunk. And he used to sell them for $50. And when I get paid, I would buy me like 2 bags because they would be nice bags. Like, nice bags. Like, you know, stuff you don't see in a store. Like rare pieces and stuff. Like one bag I had looked like a rope. It was the whole bag looked like a rope. And it was wrapped around this way. And it had a cute little lock or whatever. How it locked. It was so nice. It was pink, black, and white. And each rope piece was like pink, black, or white, pink, black, or white. It was just so cute. I love that pocketbook. I paid $50 for it. I got my sister into buying bags and liking bags, and we would share bags together because we weren't the same size in clothing. But you know what? I was probably supposed to take a break, child. Yep, let me take my break. Up here talking. Done forgot all about the break. Let me clock out here. So, me and my sister, like income tax time, we would do stupid stuff and buy bags and clothes and stuff, shoes and stuff. I really wish we would have invested in property or something, a business or something. We always had ideas of a business, but we never really like got fully into it. But anyway, I remember just liking nice things. Anyway, I remember one time, it was income tax time. We went shopping and we saw these nice leather bags and they were just so cute. I think we got like 4 of them. She got 2, I got 2. We switched them out, you know, wore them different places or whatever. And that was probably about, my sister's been gone for about 4 years now. But so that has probably been about 10 years since we purchased that bag or those bags. Now, the bags I had, I don't know where those bags are at, because if they crack up or anything, I'm going to get rid of them because I'm not going to wear a bag that's all cracking and stuff. And I don't like holding on to stuff that's not useful. So I get rid of stuff because I never wanted to be a hoarder, because I knew of a family member that was real close to me who was a hoarder. And I vowed to not hold on to items like that, even though I still got to ask of my husband stuff. And he's been gone for 4 years. But anyway, so about 10 years ago, my sister still has these bags from about 10 years ago. And I was unpacking some of my stuff in my closet, and I got a lot of her stuff as well. Like pocketbooks, clothing items, shoes and stuff. And I'm looking at this bag And I'm like, dang, I remember when I brought these bags because I ended up buying it with my money. Now, mind you, she didn't spend her money crazy like that. But I did. I had brought those bags for the both of us. She got two, I got two. I used to just do that. But I guess it was good because I would spend my money carelessly and then she could spend her money how she needed to. But anyway, it was fun. It was fun just to be able to buy what you want, right? But I'm looking at these bags and she still got both of the bags and the leather is like intact. Like now the inside of it, the inside part, that material that's on the inside is dirty, right? But the outside, the leather is good. It's not scratched. It's not scraped up. And I'm just thinking, dang, I think I paid less than $50 for each one of these bags. Because that was my max for a bag. That was my max for a pocketbook. I'm not spending no more than $50 on a pocketbook. So I know I paid less than $50 for those two bags and they still look good. The leather has held up and it's been probably over 10 years. But I'm saying that to say, y'all, like, now that Birkin bag was $100. I thought about it. I did, but I was like, I don't need another bag. And so I'm just not. Which, come to find out, y'all could do y'all research, but I saw a documentary on YouTube about luxury items and how I believe it's Birkin who sold those bags to Walmart, allegedly, because they were losing sales. So they knew they still needed to sell these bags. So they partnered up with Walmart, sold a whole bunch of bags real quick, so then they are able to stay in business. So that took me down a whole little rabbit hole. And I realized it gets real deep. It's not just fashion companies that do that. They sell the same product, the same material, y'all, to a store that will sell it for less, but they still make money from it. So it keeps them in business. But the car dealerships are doing it as well. Like, I always knew that Lexus and Toyota were the same companies, but y'all, it gets deep. Most of these car companies have, like, it's one name, and then they make all these different brands. And depending on what brand it is, they're going to go up on the price, or you might have a slightly lower end car, but it's all under this one company. That should be illegal. You're making the same car, the same features, and you got two different or three different or multiple different prices going on at the same time. And it's crazy. Yeah, I went down a whole rabbit hole. I believe that was last Saturday. Probably why I didn't do a live Saturday. The sun is shining so bright and pretty outside, y'all. It's beautiful out there. But, yeah, I gotta get outside. I went out there. I sat there this morning and enjoyed it. I know yesterday, everybody had on shorts and short sleeve shirts. So I went outside. I was like, let me see what's going on. Sure enough, y'all, it was all nice and warm. I was like, oh my goodness, sunny. And it's about to be Christmas. I'm like, so shocked. I'm still eating this food. But yeah, that makes me feel like, you know how you used to admire a certain person and you wanted to be like them? Then you find out something and you like, I'm glad I wasn't them. I'm telling you, I knew this real pretty girl. She was mixed. And this guy, he liked her. He was so into her. And I was like, why he into her? What about me? And I was like, he on my nerves. He like her because she got this long, pretty hair, real hair. She's cute. And then I found out something about her, that her parents was on drugs. And she possibly was the M word by somebody. I don't believe it was her dad or her parents, but maybe a family member or something. And I was just like, dang. You know, here I am thinking, you know, I wonder what it would be like to be her and not even knowing. I remember when I was in school, like elementary school, this one girl, her mom and her dad used to come drop her off to school. And like I said, my situation growing up just wasn't like the best parenting situation. It just wasn't, right? And I used to be like, dang, I wish my mom, like I'm in elementary school thinking this. I wish my mom and my dad was, you know, I wish I had my dad. I wish they would bring me to school every day. And one day the girl had a seizure in school. And I never wished that again because I didn't know she had health problems. And that's probably why they were there supporting her and bringing her to school. But I'm just saying that to say, you know, don't wish for somebody else's life, y'all. Be satisfied with yourself. Like what you like. Because you never know what people are really going through. And what's actually going on. Like, a lot of times people just put up facades. It's not real. It's fake. Most of the stuff you see is fake. I remember being in a relationship with a guy for over 12 years. No, it was 12 years. It wasn't over that, child. Shit, that was long enough. And I remember he kept surprising me. I kept thinking that it was going to get better. And I stayed because I thought it was going to get better. I just need to stay. I just need to help him. And it never got better. It continued to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And I was just thinking, dang, here I am trying to prove that I can have a man and have children and have this happy looking family that's not happy at all. And I'm up here struggling, trying to make things look a certain way when it ain't that way. When really I should have just saved myself, got out of that situation, and my life would have been so much better on my own, because it ended up being so much better when I just was worried about myself. I wasted so much time. But y'all, I think these celebrities are our celebrities because they are able to be used. I think that's why they are in the positions they're in, because they're able to be used. Look at that Spice Girl, Spice something, Spice. Ice Spice? Some shit. That poor child must don't have no family. Or no family that care about her. Because I see destruction right there. I couldn't name a song that girl song. I don't know no songs that she sung. I probably sung them, but I can't just name nothing off the top of my head. I don't know. But that girl showed up to the SpongeBob premiere with a see-through outfit on. All white, see-through. Showing her white underwear. And I saw a picture of this pretty little black girl with a pink jacket on, a white shirt, her little name tag on, her little name necklace. Dressed so cute from head to toe. And she was taking a picture with her. And I'm thinking, what is going on in the mom's head that the mom would allow her daughter to take a picture with a girl like this and think that's okay? You can see Ice Spice, Spice Girl, Ice Spice, I don't know. You can see her underwear. At the SpongeBob premiere. SpongeBob for kids. A whole see-through outfit on. What is this world coming to? Because that is not cool. Not cool at all. I know I gotta get some shampoo for my hair. I think I'm gonna do a sew-in come next week. I might just do it on my live. What else do I have to talk about or do? Next week I will be off Wednesday and Thursday. Yay! That's so exciting. That's really exciting to have those 2 days back to back off like that. Tomorrow I'm off. I'm so excited. OMG. Okay? I just want to have the freedom of working when I want to work. Okay? You feel like that too? I know you do. Yep. But I guess I'll end this live. I do need to order some stuff. Because I need some shampoo to wash my hair and some other stuff so I could do my hair and look like a whole new person come next week.